This episode is brought to you by the Abundant Life Masterclass. I truly do believe that women can and should have it all. If you've ever felt like you had to choose between an amazing, booming business or career, a loving marriage, amazing friendships, and having the family you desire or financial success, this masterclass is for you. I'm sharing my 5 secrets to creating a truly abundant life. Click the link in the show notes or visit mymoneymogul.com/class to sign up. Again, click the link in the show notes or visit mymoneymogul.com/class to sign up. I'll see you there.
You did not wake up today to be average. So why are we living that way? I truly do believe that God wants us to be wealthy. God desires for us to live our best. You can have everything that you want in this life. You can have the money, the family, the marriage, the business, the car, whatever it is that you want. You can have it. Wealth is your birthright. You deserve to be wealthy. These are the secrets of a money mogul, the keys to living an abundant life.
Hey moguls, welcome back to another episode of the Secrets of a Money Mogul podcast. I'm your host, Jalesa, and I'm on a mission to help 1 million women reach financial freedom. And I have the pleasure of doing that through this wonderful medium of podcasting, through coaching, through courses, and live events. And y'all, I have been delaying this episode. I don't know why. I don't know what. If you guys have not listened to the episode that I did on overcoming resistance, I think that y'all should go back and revisit that. I even need to go back and revisit that because lately I feel like I have been feeling so much resistance. And it is like a constant battle. It's a constant battle for me to like show up and be in the forefront. And I think when we see people who we aspire to be like or who are doing things that we want to do, we have the perception that they have it all together, right? We have the perception that they don't feel resistance, that they don't feel fear, that they're not going through anything, but that could not be farther from the truth. It's like, I don't care what level you reach. I don't care where you are in life. You are going to face some type of resistance as you're pursuing the next level and as you're pursuing the next thing. And pushing through that resistance is a skill that you are going to have to constantly, y'all hear me? I'm going to say it again, constantly refine, because one day you can be doing everything that you believe that you're supposed to be doing in order to be successful, and something will pop up. The car might break down. You may be like me, like back in 2013 when I lost my job. I thought I was doing everything right, and then I got laid off. Or like me again, right? I got laid off. I went back to work. I started a business, and then I literally walked away from my business because I did not feel worthy. I didn't feel capable of having the success that I felt like God was calling me to step into. So I literally did like the whole self-sabotage thing and just walked away from it. So showing up every day can be a lot, and it's a constant battle. So that's why I just want to put that out there and just tell y'all that if you feel like you are feeling some type of resistance, or you feel like you are having just a hard time just showing up, just getting to the point where you need to show up, you are not alone. I feel you. So yes, now we're going to get into today's episode, which today, y'all, I'm talking about fulfillment. And this is such a very important topic because I feel like we chase a lot of different things in life. Like we're chasing, well, I don't know about y'all, but we might be chasing like the perfect marriage. We might be chasing the perfect business. We might be chasing the perfect image, notoriety. We may be yearning for love and affection. Like, we may be wanting all these different things, and we may think that what we want is the house, and we may think that what we want is the car, and what we may think that more money is going to make us happy. But I have found in my own life, and even with some of my clients, that what we are seeking is so much bigger than money. It's so much bigger than material things. It's so much bigger than an outside appearance or approval from an outside person. It is just so much bigger than that. Y'all, it is literally about finding your life fulfillment, like finding what lights you up inside. And I have found that there are so many women, even me, I fell on the train of like feeling like I want to just like check boxes, right? Like, okay, go to college, check box. Graduate from college, check box. Get a job, check box. Meet an amazing man, check box. Get married, check box. Have a wedding, check box. Like all these check box things that we think are really going to make us happy. But until we find what really lights us up to our core, what really fulfills us, what really makes us happy, and we allow ourselves to be happy, these check boxes are not going to do anything. You're going to be moving from one check box to the next check box. And when you figure out that these check boxes are not fulfilling you and not making you happy, it can be extremely disappointing. It can be extremely depressing, and it can be hard for anybody to go through. So that's what we're going to talk about a little bit today. So I want to start off by talking about what is fulfillment. So fulfillment is the feeling of happiness or satisfaction, or I like to define it as like a joy, a peace beyond understanding, like just like a happy place, right? But fulfillment in its literal term also means to complete something. So if your order is fulfilled, or something like that, you fulfilled the mission, like you've completed the mission, you've accomplished something. So those are the definitions of fulfillment. And when I started thinking about this episode and I started praying upon this episode, I happened to be actually recording this episode in the middle of my fast. So I feel like I'm just hearing so much clearer from God about like so many different things in my life. But I began to kind of look at and kind of study some scriptures that, talk about fulfillment. And one that really stood out to me was Proverbs 13:12, which says that hope deferred makes the heart sick, but desire fulfilled is a tree of life. So to me, I really do believe that deep down inside, fulfillment is the tree of life. Like fulfillment is the thing that we are all seeking. It is the thing that we are all yearning for. And sometimes we are looking for other things to fulfill us. So before I actually get into how do we create fulfillment in our life, I want to talk about 5 things that I come across women all the time. I fell into this trap, but 5 things that will never create fulfillment for you. And this is just as far as like if you are looking to this one thing to fulfill you. So fulfill you completely is what I'm saying. So the first thing is getting married. Y'all, like, I don't know how many people really truly do believe that marriage is going to be the solution to all their problems. It's like, oh, well, when I get married, I won't have this problem. Or, oh, when my husband finds me, I won't have this problem. Let me tell you guys something. If you are unfulfilled in your life as a single woman, you are still going to be unfulfilled in your life as a married woman. Now, you're just going to have someone else in the mix, a whole nother personality, a whole nother person that, you are doing this life with. But it does not change the fact if you are unfulfilled, getting married will not fulfill you. So I just want to put that out there, because I do feel like I meet people all the time who really do truly believe that marriage alone will fulfill them, and it's just not true. Second thing that will never fulfill you is money. Money alone will never fulfill you. Money is not the answer to all your problems. Now, I've been broke before. I've had no money before. I've been in the struggle before. And I've been very blessed in many situations. So I can tell you that money does not solve the problems. But I will tell you money does help. If you need to buy the resources to solve the problems, money does help in that sense. But chasing money alone for fulfillment, you will find that it is never, ever, 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 ever going to fulfill you alone. So that's the second thing. The third thing that will never create fulfillment in your life alone by itself is a degree or a certificate. You know, when I graduated from college, y'all, like I said, I was never going back to school. I was like, I'm done. I'm good. I got my little degree and I'm just going to move on with my life. And then somewhere I started in my career feeling, like unfulfilled, feeling like I just wasn't happy where I was. Like I just needed something else. And the only thing that I knew to do was to ding, 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 go back to school. And try to get my master's degree. But halfway through that degree, almost really towards the end, I realized that this degree is not what I'm seeking. This is not what I'm after. Like, this is never going to make me happy. This is not going to bring me the fulfillment that I need because it's just literally a piece of paper. It's just literally letters behind your name. And I know so many people who want to be want to get their PhD so that they can get the notoriety and they can get the things that they are seeking that they think will fulfill them. And then once they get it, they realize that maybe they didn't even really want that. Maybe they only wanted to get a PhD because that's what their mother wanted them to do. And then they want to make their mother happy and they want to get love and affection from their mother. So that's why they were seeking that. And I have been there. I have done that. And let me tell you, like, if you are looking to a degree or to a certificate or to some kind of certification or some kind of notoriety to fulfill you, it never will. It never will. So let's go to the next thing. So the fourth thing that won't create fulfillment in your life is your career or promotion at work or even business success. Hitting 7 figures in your business, hitting 6 figures in your business. I'm not telling you not to go after it. I'm not telling you not to want any of these things, but all I'm telling you is that no matter what, they will not fulfill you alone. Yes, make them a goal, but you'll find that hitting 6 figures in your business may not fulfill you. It's not going to fulfill you alone because that's not the joy and the happiness and the things that you are really seeking. That's not the root of it. That's just a surface level thing, right? So that will be number 4. And number 5, like, this is a big thing for me, especially like, I don't know if I'm in that age group where everybody is like buying a home right now. So I know a lot of people that feel like they haven't had the opportunity to buy a home. They feel like they're less than, or that they haven't hit these check boxes or these milestones that they should be hitting. And I'm not telling you not to desire home ownership, but I'm telling you that home ownership alone will not fulfill you. I think statistics have shown like something like 60 to 70% of millennials regret purchasing their home because they don't factor in the maintenance. They don't factor in that their career might change and they may want to move to Seattle or across the country or something. And now they have this home that it's hard for them to get rid of. Like, and who knows what the market is going to do. I mean, I don't know. I don't really watch the news much, but I do keep up with quite a few economists just because I like to know what's going on in the markets. And, this 2020 recession that they are planning for, or that they're predicting, that they've really been predicting for several years, it's scaring people. And we really don't know what the market is going to do, what the housing market will do, what the stock market will do. We have no idea because this is literally uncharted territory. The market has not done this well in a really, really, really long time. So, yeah, I just want to mention that those things will never fulfill you. Those things will never give you the happiness and the joy that you are desiring. Those things will never make you full. They're never going to fill you up because that's not truly what you want. Like, it's just an external thing. So I'm not telling you not to want these things. I'm not telling you not to desire these things. I'm not telling you not to set them as goals, because absolutely you should. If that is one of the things that you want to accomplish in your life, is being a homeowner or being married or having a 7-figure business, or, you know, being the director of finance or whatever at your job or career. If those are the things that you are desiring and wanting, then absolutely go after them. But what I need for you to yearn for, what I need for you to want for, is also a deeper sense of fulfillment and a deeper happiness and a deeper joy, so that if those things never happen, you're going to be happy. You're going to be okay no matter what. And I get frustrated because I feel like there are too many times that we put our faith in things. We put our faith in activities. We put our faith in titles, you know, PhD, wife, mom, these different titles that have nothing to do with who we are and who God created us to be. And I think that sometimes we struggle emotionally and spiritually because we are too caught up in these titles, and we feel that we are less than because we don't carry a specific title. And that title, that thing, homeowner, whatever, it's never going to fulfill you, and it was never meant to. You know, I guess as I grow closer to God and as I like really dive into the Bible and like really pray and like really just get back to where I'm like building this relationship with God, I'm realizing that the fulfillment and the things that I'm yearning for are in Him. And they're not in these things. Not to say that God doesn't want to bless us with these things, because y'all know what I believe. I do believe that I'm going to have a 7-figure business. You know, I do believe that I'm going to have an amazing marriage, and I do have an amazing marriage, and I'm blessed with that. And I do believe that God wants to give me all these things, but let it be known that my trust, my faith, I don't worship these things. If these things were not there tomorrow, I would be okay, because I have an inner fulfillment and an inner happiness that I'm constantly working on that lights me up. And I think that that's what I really just want for other women. Like, I just really want, especially for those who are struggling, or I find a lot of women who are struggling or depressed or whatever because they don't carry a certain title, or because they haven't checked off a certain box, and they feel like maybe that they're less than. And I'm talking to that woman right now. I'm talking to you right now. And I'm just saying that those things will never fulfill you. So let's get into, how do we create fulfillment? And the first way that we create fulfillment is we learn to fall in love with ourselves. Self-love is so important, y'all. Like, I feel like the last few years, God has really just been taking me on a real like self-love journey, like a journey to just get to know myself. And the thing about loving yourself is you have to accept that you may have changed, you know, like sometimes I don't think that we allow ourselves to change, to become different people, to maybe not like the same things that we used to like. Like, it's like if we put out a certain persona, then we have to like maintain that. And I just feel like it's okay to change. It's okay to change who you like. It's okay to change what you like. It's okay to grow. And we have to love ourselves through the entire journey, through the ups, through the downs, accepting ourselves when we don't want to. But I really do feel like self-love brings a level of fulfillment that things and money and all those other things can never do. And I also believe that we have to know what we truly want. Is it truly that we want marriage, or is it truly that we want a loving and fulfilling relationship? Because I find that too many people just hop and get married to the wrong person because they want marriage, but they're not really focusing on the loving relationship, like a real partner in life, like somebody that you can actually build with. Like they miss that whole part of it for some reason. And I'm just like, to me, I would rather be with the right person rather than just to, be to say like, oh, I'm somebody's wife, and be somebody's wife to the wrong person. But that is a whole nother story. But I see that a lot, y'all. Like I see a lot of people settling just because they want a certain title. And no, you have to know what you truly want, and you have to get extreme clarity. Like that's why I'm fasting right now, because when it comes to my business, like I'm really trying to get real crystal clear about what I want and how I want to move forward and the type of woman that I'm going to be serving, because I know that she needs me and I need her. We need each other, right? So I'm wanting to get crystal clear about what I want. So the second way to create fulfillment is to not be paralyzed by other people's opinions and beliefs. There are so many times that I find where we are literally stuck where we are because we are so paralyzed about what somebody else might think about us, what somebody else might believe about us, what somebody else might say about us, how we're going to be perceived. And other people's opinions are keeping us shackled. They're keeping us shackled to unhappiness. They're keeping us shackled to depression. They're keeping us shackled to where we currently are. They're keeping us from where we want to be because we are too worried about what the next person is going to think, what the trolls are going to say on social media, what this person's going to care, what our mama might say, our auntie might say. And it might even be somebody close to you, because a lot of people will be like, oh, well, I don't care what nobody says, blah, 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 And truthfully, they don't care what people they don't know say. But the people closest to them, who always have an opinion, they're constantly caring about what they say. They're constantly showing up a certain way because of what that person might think. And that's keeping you stuck. So if you need to release certain people's opinions in your life, and sometimes I think that like I used to hear that a lot, like, you can't care what people think. You have to do your own. And I just honestly, I didn't even know where to start with that, because I was like, in my mind, I want to not care what people think. I don't think anybody wakes up and is like, hey, I want to care about what everyone around me thinks. But it was something that it was so hard for me to shake, because I was like, how do I not care? Like, do I just say I don't care what people think like 5 times a day, and then maybe one day it just happens? Like, what are actually like the practical steps to stop caring what people think? And I think that really was a learning process for me, because I really had to get down to the nitty gritty of, why is it that I care what people think? What is it that I'm actually searching for? Why do I seek people's approval? Where did I not receive approval? And I think it really comes back to really not knowing like who you are, really not having that self-love, really not knowing who you are in God, and knowing that you are a child of God and you are made for something so much more. But I really do think that is where that stems from. So that's one thing that you're going to have to do to create fulfillment. So the third way to create fulfillment is you have to release perfectionism and commit to progress. Here's the thing, guys. There is no arrival point. There's no moment where you actually feel like, or in my life that I've experienced, let me just say that, where you actually feel like you arrived. Because I felt like every level that I reached, every next thing that I was trying to accomplishment, every success that I had, it was like the bar just kept moving. So it was like I could never be happy where I was, because the moment I did one thing, it was on to the next. Because it's like the moment you graduate from college, everybody wants to know, okay, what are you going to do next? Oh, you're going to go get a good job. Oh, okay, what company are you going to work for next? Oh, what are you going to do next? You're going to get married next? You know, like it's all these things, like all these levels. It's like, how do you find happiness with just where you are? Like, first of all, releasing perfectionism was number one for me. And if you guys know, I have a whole episode on how to overcome perfectionism, because hello, my name is Jalesa and I am a recovering perfectionist. I used to think that I have to be perfect. And even still, it's a daily struggle for me, because especially in business, like for whatever reason, I have a problem showing up, because I think that people want me to show up perfect. But I know that showing up imperfectly is the way that God wants me to show up. And that's the way that I've been showing up, completely imperfectly. So releasing perfectionism, knowing that this is not going to be perfect. You're never going to be perfect. Life's never going to be perfect. You're never going to have all the boxes checked. But committing to progress, committing to what's next for you, committing to moving forward, committing to saying like, okay, I haven't accomplished this goal today, but I'm going to make progress towards it today. I'm going to make progress towards it tomorrow. And I'm not looking for that one goal to fulfill me, because I'm going to find happiness and joy and all the things that I'm wanting while I'm on the journey, every single step of the way. And I really do think that that is key to finding fulfillment, is just letting go of that perfectionism, just committing to progress, just knowing that it doesn't have to be perfect. But just doing it anyway, right? So the fourth thing that you have to do to create fulfillment is to find what lights you up and what makes you happy, and find a way to get paid to do it. I really do feel like finding the things that truly make me happy, finding the things that I truly love doing, even if it's just being outside with a nice breeze under a tree in the park where there are ducks, even if it's just that, just finding one thing that really makes me happy and then committing to making sure that I get that done constantly. Committing to making sure that I'm allotting time for my self-care, committing to making sure that that I'm going to get those things done. And I also think a part of that is also finding something that's bigger than you, like finding a bigger mission, like this podcast and the women that I help through my coaching program and through my speaking engagements and through the things that I do, throughout the community and things like that, like finding something bigger than me to serve, finding people bigger than me to help, finding other women to help. And I think that honestly is something that has been lighting me up. And then also finding out how to get paid for my gifts, because like I said, money will never fulfill you. However, there's really not a however there. Money will never fulfill you. Point blank, period. But there is a way that you can use money as a tool to help you do the things that you really want to do. And I guess what I'm trying to say here, because I feel like I'm stumbling over my words a little bit, y'all, but it takes money to do things. Like, it takes money to live. It takes money to run a business. It takes money to raise children. It takes money to do anything that you want to do in life. It's going to take money. And honestly, when you release the stress of the financial stress, you can focus more on what it is that you truly want to do, because you're not just staying in a dead end job because you have to. because at this point, you don't have to. It's an option for you. You can truly find what it is that you want to do in life. And as I have joined the FIRE community, which is the Financial Independence Retire Early, I have been meeting so many different people who have achieved their financial independence in different ways. And really found what lights them up. Like, I was talking to a guy when I was at FinCon, and he was telling me about how him and his family, or he quit his job, him and his wife quit their job, and they loaded up their kids in an RV, and they have been like traveling the country. And he has found that that has been truly lighting him up. That's truly what makes him happy. And the fact that he was able to become financially independent is what allowed him to find his true passions. So, yes, find what lights you up and what makes you happy, and find ways to make money doing it. So the fifth and final thing that I'm going to say, y'all, and then I'm going to get off the mic because I feel like I'm just kind of ranting today, but this episode was truly on my heart. So I really feel like I had to put it out there. But don't do this on your own. That's the fifth thing. Honestly, you can't find fulfillment on your own. You can't trust that you will just find it in yourself. You have to rely on God. You have to rely on the people closest to you who are there to support you, who are your inner circle, who are there to, who truly want the best for you, right? But you have to depend on someone else outside of yourself, which is God. And then also having the right support system in order to find what truly lights you up and what truly fulfills you. Because I'm telling you, the conversations I have been having with some of my closest friends over the last probably 4 months or so have really been leading me to what it is that I really feel like I should be doing, what it is that I really feel like is fulfilling me in this moment, what I feel like really truly brings me happiness. And then I've been praying on that. I've been spending time with God. I've been learning how I can expand on that. But you have to do the same. Like, I don't want to do this without God again. Like, I don't want to build a business without God again. I don't want to go off on my own and try to do my own thing again, because honestly, it didn't work for me. It didn't. So I know that God gives us peace beyond all understanding. Like, he gives us a joy and a happiness that people will never understand. They'll see your situation and they don't understand how you can smile through it. They don't understand how you can find fulfillment in the moment that you are currently in. They don't understand how you can be happy no matter what. No matter what the obstacle is. They may not understand, and it's not meant for them to understand because it's not their journey and it's not their story. It's yours. But I think that's all I got for y'all today. I know that I kind of put a lot in this little, I don't know, how long have I been talking? Like 30 minutes or so. So, if you guys have any questions on fulfillment, go ahead and send me a message. Also, go ahead and slide in my DMs. Y'all, I'm creating an amazing new program, which I'm so excited to drop. And it's going to be all about building wealth God's way. And thank you to, I know a lot of people have answered the survey that I had out. I'm actually this is the first time I'm introducing this survey publicly. So I have a survey right now going out to my email list and past clients about the next product that I should create. I'm going to go ahead and link it in the description box. Once I reach a certain amount of entries, I will be giving away a $50 Amazon gift card to anyone who completed the survey. And I'm also going to be giving away some 30-minute coaching sessions in addition to the Amazon gift card. So if you would like to win, you would like to have your input on what my next product should be, go ahead and complete the survey. I really appreciate that feedback. And yeah, thank you for listening to me on this episode, y'all. As always, subscribe, share with 5 friends. I know you know 5 friends who you want to be in your inner circle, and y'all want to talk about how y'all can be fulfilled together. Share it with them. Let them know how this episode has blessed you. And thank you all again. And I will see you guys next week. Bye.